win. That was very, very tough for Uganda, huh? What do you have to say about that full-time score? 42-7.
Man, I think the last 10 minutes maybe is a test of what's to come in our next game. Perhaps maybe that's the only positive I can take. The subs brought in some firepower, and you could see the boys were comfortable. Maybe Kenya put their foot off the gas, but you could see that the guys were trying to get some points on board for Pride.
So are you saying that when Modola is naming the team for next weekend, we should consider the guys on the bench as starters, you know?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that you look at and you're not really sure what to do. But I would keep the same team that started. Maybe the only tweak I would make is maybe, considering Ivan's injury, I would want maybe to have 3 players who are backs on the bench, just in case. So one of the backs will have to drop out. I don't know who, but I would think that's the only tweak. Because the understanding of a 6-2 split is that the bench would be firepower, especially for forwards, and come on. True. And I could see Jacob Ochen had Akela Komakech. They came on with fire. So, I mean, that's what I would put in.
Speaking about Jacob Ochen, first he went in, they told him a penalty, Kenya, Uganda did blah blah. I was like, okay, I got you again, and got Uganda's only try in the game. What do you have to say about the boy and also about the system in Ginger that gave us Jacob Ochen?
I mean, Ginger is a testament of that. No matter how far you are from the city, you can still play rugby, and your players will be picked no matter where they play from.
Also, it's where Sogi, may his soul rest in peace, was from.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace. Yeah, it shows you that there are development structures that need to be invested in from a rugby perspective. We need to have as many clubs, regional and both in Kampala as well. So as long as we have many players spread out, we'll have all these players coming out. We need locks from Barara, we need sprinters from Arua, we need heavy props from my place, Busia.
Before we get players from Busia, this is, well, you can say it's a Gold Cup one, though they didn't count. There's two in Kampala and then two in Kenya. So how do you see our chances against Kenya again? Because, you know, when you're playing Kenya, it's very, very personal. We're facing them in Kampala towards the end of July, and at the very end we shall be in Kenya for the second leg of the Gold Cup.
I'm not making excuses, but I think our players will have a better chance here. One, you could see the conditions were quite hot, and I think it took a toll on our players. And I mean, we're home. At home, we usually do our best against Kenya. We put our front foot forward. It's just our prayer that the score lines as we go on in this tournament reduce, and then with Elgon Cup, we need momentum coming to Elgon Cup, and maybe those last 10 minutes in the second half maybe can give us the push forward.
Wherever you're watching from, don't forget that this broadcast was brought to you by Nile Special, our rugby sponsors in the country, and also the Rugby Chill here at Kings Park Arena. Before we go, we've been having a number of fans, and we want to listen to very, very many of them. So, Bruno Akampa, wherever you are, Mr. Mutana, you'll be joining us here very fast and giving us your reactions. Bruno Akampa, you're going to be reacting to the game. You'll be telling us what. Oh yes. So, Bruno, fans' reactions. What did you see? Who did you like? Who didn't you like? How was everything?
It was a big blow on our side, especially in the first half. It was a dormant one from the movement of the ball, and to me as a fan, I think there was no player combinations, crucial player combinations. It was more individual and then creating gaps. That's why our wings became a bit dormant. We expect as fans that run from Sebuliba, they run from Okia, and the balls were not reaching Okia. If Magom kicked the ball to the wing, Okia would be in the inside. So dormant one, but again, as fans, we enjoyed the substitutions, especially the tempo that came from Conrad Wanyama and Red Aredo Joseph.
Okay, thank you for that. And before you go, if you were the coach, I don't know if anything, but if you were the coach and you had to change two players for next week, who would you change?
Two players. Mm-hmm. I would change Gokto.
Okay.
And maybe also consider any other for an all-rounder. I think Manano should come on and maybe he can fit in properly. And then in our pack, we could make some change and see how it goes. But as fans, we really enjoyed the moments of Chisano, and Koma.
Was Jacob Ochen's try enough for you to convince you that he should start the next game?
As fans, we would want more of those moments, of course. He did well. He gave us Lala Salama.
Thank you, Bruno. Please go enjoy your moment. I see you're wearing some Nile Special.
Yeah.
That's Uganda's premium sponsor for rugby. Thank you for enjoying the game here at Kings Park Arena. Medwin, you spoke about Jacob Ochen, and do you think we'll be seeing more of wildcards next week as we wait for the second fan to come through?
I mean, he put in a solid shift. He came and showed us what Ginger Hip was asked to offer as a club and what he has to offer as a player. This is not his first time in the national team setup, so it's not something new to him, but he turned it up. And you could see when the second half substitutes came on, the tempo generally from the team went up. I mean, we conceded some flimsy tries in the second half, but you could see there was a sense of urgency on the players to kind of put in something. Someone actually said that the allowances came in the 70th minute. So never know, maybe the allowance for next game day will come on time and we'll see what we'll do. Yes.
Marcelina, please don't listen to him. What do you think about the game that we just watched?
I think it was a tough game. It was a really tough game. To take it from everything, the team needs a lot more. Like, we had a game, but I don't know whether it was the mentors or what, but me, I did not feel the chemistry. I felt like Uganda has done better. We've done better, but we fielded a team and we thought we had it. I really think we thought we had it. We started off well with, when you start off and you think, okay, one try ahead of us, now we want it. Then we just didn't want it anymore. So it was a tough game. It was a really tough game. It was a very cold day for us here. The sun was out, but it was cold. Very cold.
What would you change for next week?
Personally, I think I'd like to see Oyet do something. So I think I would want Oyet to get into the squad. In the mix there, I really think we would put in. You see, when Chimbawa came in, we saw him. I saw Chimbawa when he came on. So I think we could use having Didi on that line as well, so that we can balance it out a bit, because we know that in 15s it's about the pack. Those are the guys who move. So the back line is okay. For the playings, I want to say that I love Ivan Magomu and he's an awesome captain, but I want to think that he will do better at 12. And give him a chemistry pass when he plays with at 10. Put a Redo at 10 and let's do that chemistry in there and see how it works. So that's what I would change for next week, I think.
Okay. I don't know if Edwin has anything for it.
I mean, the coach, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be the coach right now. I mean, you're dealing with a devastating loss to your enemies, Kenya, and now you have another game you have to play. So I think tomorrow you could see some people had niggles. Emong had hand injury. Magom had the hamstring issue, but he came back on. So I think tomorrow basically is just to assess where our players lie in terms of ability to play the next game. And then I think podcast will have our predictions of squads based on who was amazed us on match day one. I mean, there is no man of the match on a losing team, but we had a few people who came on and tried to up the tempo.
Chisano.
Yeah, Chisano was cross covering in the tackles. It was amazing to see him at flank and he's tackling at the wing. So it shows that consistently lets the backliners press, but he's always covering, cross covering in the backline as well. So that was a good sight to see. I mean, we did put our best game forward. It was really scrappy. Chemistry was kind of lacking. And when it showed up, we had a few errors, handling errors, and a few decision mistakes made here and there. Perhaps what we could do going forward is just Let the players put all the voices out. We are making noise here, but we're not in France, so let the players do what they can, and then, I mean, we have 2 more games, Elgon Cup, first leg here, and then second leg in Nairobi, and then we have more rugby coming on, so let's expect the best from our boys.
Your parting shots?
It has happened.
It is what it is.
Yeah, we were Ugandans, but we are proud of the boys. That was a good one. The 15s haven't played in a long time. So it was a good display. It was a good place to start. So they come back, they reset, go back to the drawing board and figure out what needs to be fixed and give us more rugby. I mean, we're here for the rugby. So. But we could use some wins as well. So we like wins. But we love them, nevertheless. Now this is just it.
Thank you, Masina, for coming through. We hope you can start on Kings Park and enjoy some Nile Special, courtesy of you know, the game of rugby. And as we'll be hoping for better next week and the games to follow. Thank you for joining us. So, Edwin, as we summarize this, there's so much rugby to come. There's the placements next week, and then there'll be Elgon Cup to come. And I need to know, how do we go forward from here? How do we go forward from here?
Well, best thing we can do now is just give confidence to the fans. I mean, so many people are watching these games. It's on an international platform, so we need to show the world that Ugandan rugby can play. We got game, and we have to show it in France and also in Kampala. It's good to see my boy here, Sama.
Sama, I want you to help us summarize the game today, everything you felt as a fan, and maybe in your other capacities, and what you hope that the team and the technical team will also be doing, so that we have a better game next week and the games to follow, and also the Elgon Cup, because you know we have Kenya here and then in Nairobi as well.
First of all, I have to clarify, I'm talking about this game in a fans point of view, not in other capacity. So, of course,
Please just speak and be a bit loud.
Yes, sir. It was a disappointing display. We expect something like at least a tight score, but some players really let us down. But I'll start with the positives. I was very happy with Kanyanya. He threw his lineouts right. For a man I've seen struggle with lineouts, and he was able to get all his throws right. I was really happy for him. Again, put in a good shift. I think Ostaredo coming off the bench was quite pleasant. I think that's about the positives.
we want the negatives
that
now.
Means you have like a list of negatives. Please start number 1.
I feel like some players weren't ready for Test rugby. I feel the coaches rushed to play some players. From what you saw from the league, there's some players who are playing very well and some players who aren't really that good, and some players who are just recovering from injury. So I feel like the selection wasn't really that good. Some players weren't really ready, and they made them look bad, and that goes to the coaching staff, because if a player is not ready, why do you put him on pitch? You made them look bad. So that was something, and I really didn't see structure in our plays. It wasn't really structured. Okay, maybe they had a structure, but I never saw it come through. I never saw it, and we failed to keep ball in hand. Too many missed tackles. Our big boys were just losing ball. Too many handling errors. I'm going to try to be creative here and there, but guys at the end were failing him. Of course, our man of the match was the TMO, saving us from like 3 tries. But I think the next games, since they're just placements.
Sama, I want this on record. I think it was about 3 days ago. You said that if Uganda were to win, you'd be at Kings Park Arena, ready to buy anyone who wanted Nile Special.
Exactly.
And someone at halftime said that Sama is very happy because his wallet has been saved.
No. I'm just disappointed because now what am I going to use this money for?
You have so much money to spend?
I'm disappointed.
Some have saved money.
Someone is going to buy a plane.
Now I don't know what I'm going to use this money for, but I'm hurt, but I don't know if coaches got some learning points here and there. But I hope, I think we're playing a placement game after this. But there's nothing more for us to watch, but we'll keep supporting the boys.
Of course.
After all, they accuse us of being negative. So I'm trying to be positive here, guys. I'm trying.
This is a positive negative.
Thank you so much for your comments. Otherwise, because if we keep this going, you'll give me a lot of negative positives and positive negatives. So thank you for joining us here.
It was nice being here. We should do this some other time.
Of course,
Okay.
of course. We shall keep this going. And Edwin, as we wait for the very last person, we've had Sama has saved some money for himself.
Yeah.
And he will be able to buy a plane and probably offer the Uganda Rugby Queens
Some allowance.
a charter flight. And
I'm talking to Sama after this. I need some money. Yes, Gab, you're here.
Your reactions? Yeah. Right into the business. Your reactions?
We were still positive defense going forward. We struggled a lot to come into our element. The injection of Wanyama into the game increased the pace of the game, but also our errors kind of increased. So I think that is something we need to work on. However, I'm going to repeat the same things I said earlier. Kenya did nothing special. They just stuck to their systems. They played basic rugby, were passive in defense, and got punished for it. End of story.
You keep saying Kenya did nothing in the game, but
Nothing special.
you forget they were longer in camp than we were.
They've been long in camp. That's why their systems kept on working. The guys knew exactly what they were supposed to do. I'm looking back at the game and I'm not seeing. I can't remember anything that was done that was out of the ordinary. That got them to break our line. Apart from them just doing basic things that you have to do as a rugby player.
I mean, Gab tells no lies here. I mean, the guys, Kenya didn't really beat us. I mean, forward passes to score tries and all that, but you could see that nothing special, but I mean, they won the game. So
Efficiency.
it will go down to aspects now of preparation.
Edwin, I want you to recognize that as we're recording this, SA is playing Wales and Lewis with some squad at the try for
How
Wales.
are you feeling?
Please go on.
These things happen. You know the Asha meme right now? Let's wait. Let's wait and see. Full time.
Alright.
So, Gab points an important thing. Preparation. When it comes to aspect of preparation, you could see, I mean, preparation shows chemistry, ability to change game plans as and when something is not working. That was not there. We prepared internally in camp, but our level of preparation did not match our opposition. I mean, we went to a fight with a knife and Kenya came out with a bazooka. So there was nothing we could do about that, but that doesn't mean we give the Uganda Rugby Cranes a pass. We want to see some better plays in the next two games and in the subsequent Elgon Cup fixtures.
Because honestly, we wouldn't have expected too much. These guys have been in camp for about 4 months, playing as a team in the league. Their cohesion was definitely going to be much better than ours. They were definitely, the pressure was on them, the onus was on them to put up a good show, and they did. They showed that they can work as a unit. That is something we lack completely.
So basically, Gab, you have said Kenya has showed value for money.
Yeah, I think I said the whole of
I know you have so much to say, but allow me bouncing from you right now. Yeah, please go for some refreshments and some Nile Special. As wait on the very last person for this, and we'll be wrapping this up very soon and letting everyone go back to South Africa. But don't forget to be having more of this at Kings Park Arena, of course, supported by Nile Special and the podcast. And yes, please, you can go ahead. They don't buy.
They are black.
Let's get right into it. Your reaction. Full time as Kenya 42, Uganda 7.
Just push this up for you.
Let's start from there.
No, it was a 30-point game.
35.
Yeah, the 30 points. I call the 30-point game that way. It's down to how we prepared, how we set up, and how we laid down. And you can cheat many things, but you can't cheat preparation.
That's true.
You can't cheat preparation. And well, I don't want to say it's a mirror to us. I would love to be polite and say it's a learning curve. There are very many things. It's both a coaching failure and a captain failure. That's the most polite you can say. Both the coach and captain did try. Both, but I can't blame the coach. He's had less than 4 months on the job for Test Rugby.
So I think that's definitely what you get. I mean, you get what you prepare for. Yeah.
You really participate.
I mean, the coach was seated up there. But
This is a culmination of his work.
yes,
He's the one who commanded how to play, he's the one who named the lineup, he's the one who positioned, he's the one who read the game. But on a good side, this is the best way Uganda has ever traveled for a tournament. There've been three coaches in the dugout for the first time, and the strength and conditioning coach also traveled.
we saw him with his glasses on.
Yeah, usually we give an excuse for all the other guys not to travel. I guess, yeah, those are boxes we're ticking right. Yes, so there are very many boxes that we ticked right this time. So we can't all come out blue. We've had a separation of our teams. So yes, our depth was also affected already. We're already a thin lineup in rugby. I think by all countries playing at the top tier, we must be one of the few with a very thin number of players comparatively. So yeah, it's not a shocking performance. It's a disappointing one, but not a shocking one. So any wise man will build on it. Any other person will take it as that.
Maybe what I could ask is, in light of this performance going forward, do you think some changes should be made to the league? Secondly, should there be any changes in regards to preparation structures for tournaments next year?
Next year is too short to change this result. First, we have to look at, the tournament is still ongoing.
Yeah.
We might be out of the World Cup qualification, but we're still in the classification game. So I think the most important thing is let's first look at how the overview of the whole performance. Then the league if we get the 3 games right, then we can know if we are really better than the others. Then we know, okay, Kenya, we are 42 points away from Kenya. How do we catch up to that? But if we beat our next opponent, it's okay, this one we beat. So we know there's a gap between Kenya, Uganda, Zim, Namibia. So the catch is how do we catch up to the other 3 rather than catching up to the great nations of Ivory Coast. Zim. So I think it's too early to call. Of course, when you lose a derby, it's very disappointing. But it's too early to call and say, let's change the league. Let's first see. Let's maybe at the end of the tournament, because it's a wrong perception of how the whole structure is. If we lose another game midweek, then that calls panic mode. You can flash and go into emergency.
What would you do in terms of personnel based on the second half you watched? The last 10 minutes, which changes would you bring into the next team against our opponents, say on Wednesday?
First, I think I would first address the mentality. Yes, we've lost. First of all, is everyone in the right shape of mind? We don't yet know the body count. We don't know who's injured and who's out. I would take the captain aside and let him know that he's either leading 40 million Ugandans or he's failing 40 million Ugandans, who are soon to be 50 million. Then once we score right on that, I think the other pieces start falling into place. Because now, what is now happening is a crisis of confidence. You've been decimated. So even before you name a new squad, the people you have in camp really feeling like they should go on with this tournament because the major objective has already been failed. So now how do we approach the second objective? That's the key word. Like if we approach the second objective subjectively, we can salvage something. It's not bad to come out with 2 wins out of 3 games. It's a very good statistic, even for ranking. So that's what the first thing I would do is approach the mood right now. No one is happy, the fans are bitter, the players are bitter, the coach is bitter. So, and I know the captain is going to bear the brunt of this. So how do you make him approach the next game? He's a good player by any standard, but now how do you turn him around from this performance onto the next game? I think that's what should be key now. But the debutants, given a really good name for themselves, Komakecha Kela, he operated with no paradise, which was needed even when the game was clearly out of reach.
He celebrated well as well.
Yeah, he celebrated well, which is very important. Jacob Okchen, not really a debutant, but he wants to own this. Yes, how do you build onto his confidence from this? okay, good performance, solid performance. How do we take you for the 80 minutes at test level? Innocent Gokto, very quiet. How do you make him active? We know what potential he holds. So how do we get that out in the next games? Do we convince him the next games are easy, build your confidence, learn how to beat the great rugby nations of Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal? You know, those are confidence builders. You know, when a team gets used to winning as a national team, they build great memories for that. So next time they assemble, they come with a winning mentality. Yeah, I think that's what I would pick on. That's what I would importantly pick on.
Zeno, I want to thank you for all you've said and the deliberations. It makes a lot of sense what you said. And of course, we have to give our people enough time to get into the roles. We've had enough debutants, and also, like you said, it's a learning curve for both the players and the coach and the entire team. So I believe we are hoping for better next game. So in 1 minute, I want you to think about what we are going to have in the next game. And also in the 2 games against Kenya, we're going to have, of course, we have Elgon Cup in Kampala and then across the border. In a minute.
I think we should allow to lose the Elgon Cup, painful as it sounds, because we don't yet know the state of the team. Like, we don't know who is staying, who is coming back. Because those are all rumors abound, we can't ignore them. We don't know how many players are going to come from France and still want to play this game, or want to play 2 more fixtures against Kenya home and away. Yeah, because the backlash has already started. So the most important thing would be just keep the camp and see what, like I've said, the real post-mortem will be done after the second game. If we win it, we have a 3rd game. So I don't think we are in position to win the Elgon Cup, but that shouldn't deter us. We will do better in the Elgon Cup. We are not going to concede 45. That's for sure. Uganda won't concede 45 in the Elgon Cup. Because Kenya have made their ambition clear, they want to be at the World Cup. They're prepared like they want to be at the World Cup. So we failed to take it away from them. We couldn't cause an upset. So let's go back, and we now have 4 years. You know, this process takes 4 years. You have 4 years. Let's use our 4 years profitably. Let's know this is the year we lose. Because we set our KPIs to get to the 7th World Cup. We are there. That would be the most important thing now if I were running the game. I wouldn't care about what is going to happen in Nairobi home and away. Of course, there's a lot of pride to play for, which I believe we will play for. But for now, I think here we're done and dusted. We just have to serve our time and move on.
Thank you for joining us, Zeno. It's been an honor listening to you. And now, Edwin, as we summarize this, your takeaways from today. First of all, the fans' experience here, because we've been at Kings Park, it's been full. That special has been giving people beers at a very interesting rate. That's 5 for 20,000. In this economy, that is too much alcohol, but people are enjoying and they're still alive. Kings Park Arena, and they're still going because there's so much rugby to enjoy. So I want to know your reaction as a fan, first of all, about the whole experience.
I think fans are quite disappointed. Fat Cats ran out a poll about predict and win, and Fat Cats are taking back their beer money.
No one gave Kenya a win.
I know a few, but they didn't want to post. They opened banner accounts and they tweeted there. But I mean, as a fan, it was a mix of happiness, seeing your guys on TV at the big stage, playing for one of the most coveted positions, going for a World Cup. And at the same time, it was also a little bit disappointing to see the way Kenya decimated our defense line and squad. I mean, simple tries. Towards the end, there was plenty of hope. We were here dancing when the TMO saved Kenya from a try, despite them the TMO saving us for more tries. And then when our actual try came in, I mean, all fans here, it's more of disappointment but optimism for the next game, hoping that they can turn up the heat and be able to, perform something that can worthy of a Nile Special Rugby Cranes shirt.
So, will I be seeing you next weekend for the next game?
Yeah. Wednesday working day. I can't abandon my country. So, we'll be here Wednesday, and then I think it's Sunday as well.
Yeah.
There'll be sevens as well that time, but we'll juggle it. We are Fat Cats, we put the feline touch to rugby, so we'll be everywhere.
Like my colleague said, we are the Fat Cats for the Fat Cats podcast. we've been very, very glad to be hosted by Kings Park at their rugby arena, the home of Black Pirates. And of course, with sponsorship from Nile Special, we've had a very lovely time here. Of course, save for the Uganda rugby result, but whatever it is, we'll come out of this strong. And I know Edwin has a parting shot before you go. Any parting shots?
Man, to the players, don't watch this. Watch this after. Don't watch this now. You don't want to get disappointed. But I mean, do your best. We'll watch, and don't. Please come back to Uganda. We have more games.
Whatever you do, just get yourself a Nile Special or be at Kings Park for the best rugby atmosphere. And of course, follow and like and share everything from the Fakers podcast. It's been amazing having you here today, enjoying the rugby from everywhere across the globe, and of course with Uganda and France coming in the middle. I will be seeing you at the next game, so please stay with us, and we'll be seeing you then. Thank you.
Thank you.